Welcome back, guys. It's been a while, and welcome back to this course. So in this video, we're going to make this logo right here, model this signal light at the side, make this door handle, and we're going to import a wiper. I'm not going to model this wiper. We're going to import a wiper for that, and yeah, if we can try to do the rim in this part. So let us get to it. Yeah, so go to the top view first, and we need to add a circle right at the center. Place your cursor to this vertex right there. Then you can add a circle of let's say 6 or 8 segments, 8 vertices. Then we can go to edit mode and then scale it down to match up with that reference picture right there, and then we can move it in the right direction like this. Also scale it out a bit more, and that should be the circle for our logo. So let us bring it up. Let's scale it down a bit more. Yeah, and now we can fill it up, extrude it down just to that point. I think we're trying to let me bring it up a bit more, scale it down a bit. Yeah, so this is our circle. Now select the bonnet, which is this object, add a boolean modifier to it, and then move it up above all modifiers. Then we can drop this circle as our quarter object. Then we can apply the boolean modifier and then delete the circle. Or before we delete that or apply the boolean modifier, we need to make sure we recalculate the normals for our circle. So press all, recalculate outside like this, and then we can apply the boolean and delete the circle. Now we're having some mess here, so we need to delete this vertices there. Also delete the inner vertices too. Let me switch to X-ray mode. Okay, yeah, so now we need extra geometry because right now this is not looking good. So we need extra geometry, and also we have to maintain the original 8 vertices of our circle to get a perfect circle. So I'm having like 3 here, so I have to slide this one out of the way like this. Take these 2 vertices and then join it to give us a chord. Take these 2 also, join it, and that gives us a chord. And here we have our circle. So now we can just fill it up, insect it just a bit to give it that sharpness to it. And now we have some yeah, let's see, like some bevel. So to make this, we need to insect it one more time. Oh, hold on, insecting turn on boundary, turn off boundary. Now we need to insect again one more time. Let's say to this point, then we push it down. Or let's see, should I put this along the normals or those? Okay, just move it down the Z as is, just like this. That should be okay. We can just pick to separate this. Let me sharpen these corners here. Select everything like this, and then let's say we extrude in the Z along the normals, and okay, we insect it to this point. We switch to normal orientation and then bring it down slightly. Also select these vertices at the bottom and then delete faces, and this should be our logo roughly. Let me just bring this one up slightly. And now to separate this chrome part, we just need to add extra loop around this area Let me slide it a bit more closer and then bevel it like this. Add a loop cut at the center and push it down just like that. So that separate the chrome to black or logo part. And now all I need to do is just add extra vertices to sharpen these corners or edges. Also did add extra vertices for this edge right here, and I can bring it down to and there we have our logo done. Also this, let me add extra vertex here and then press J to join to give us that chord shape. And let me see, I need to bring this up just a bit. So that has been sorted. Now let us deal with the door handles. We have this. So I also gathered, let me bring it to this side. I gathered a reference for the door handle. Also, this is it right here. So the first thing we have to do is just to cut out the shape where the door handle rests on. So let us select this door right here, and looks like okay. I have to select all of these vertices, move it closer like this, add an extra loop here, and let's say okay. So now this is the door handle. So let me draw. We have something that goes like this. You can see clearly. Came like this. Came like this. So using this reference as a guide. So we need to add extra vertices here and extra vertices here also. So let us add two. Firstly, let us assign these vertices to this point, to this position, also this to this position. And let me see if I select everything like this. Press SY0 just to straighten it. Also SY0 for this part 2. Good. SY0. Yeah. And now you need to add extra vertices. So let us Ctrl R, add a cut right there. Ctrl B to bevel. Let's say to this point. Hopefully, I'm trying to get the distance from here to here, and it should be even. So let's say like that roughly. Just add a loop cut right at the center. I'm trying to get this part too, and I don't want to bring this one up. So we just have to select these two vertices and scale it in the Y direction, just like this. Oh, I think it's too much. Just scale it in the Y direction a bit. So this part is where this went slant. At this part right here, that's where this went slant, and then this came like this, going like this, slant. Okay, it just went slant. Did not save it. Extra loop. So like this, close up, and then went slant down. So what we did here, we don't need to. Okay, we still need to do that. So at this part, you just need to select these two vertices right here, SY, scale it in the Y direction. Also scale this one in the Y direction, and then this one at the center, scale it in the Y direction like this to get that slantness. You can select everything here and bring it up a bit more. So we just need to scale this one in the Y direction a bit. That's why. Let me see if I need to look to flatten. Look to flatten. And I think this should be it. So the next thing for us to do is we need to line this one up. Double G, slide it down like this to this point. One more time, and then press SZ0 to straighten it. Okay, now it has to be slant. So we just need to select everything here, all these faces right here, and one here also, and then insert it once, and then delete the faces inside, and then we're having the shape for the door handle. Yeah, so I think this has to go up a bit more. You need to select these vertices, double G, C. Wait, I have to delete the insert first. Double G, C, and then slide it up a bit more. Then we can fill all of this up, and then insert it just a bit with the inserted face, nice, just like that. And now we need to add extra supporting loop because this looks too round. So just add one. Yeah, one is okay there. And I think this is okay too. Yeah, that should be okay. Let me just move it a bit. And there we go. So the next thing for us to do, actually I can't see what is going on inside, but we just need to extrude it in the X direction like this. Also scale it using Alt S. Okay, so now all we need to do next is just fill up these faces. Fill this up like this. Fill all of this up too. And you can see we're having some stops right here, so we need to make this flat to prevent all of this nonsense here. So SY0, sorry, XX0, make it flat, and we can rotate it if we can in the right direction. And I need to add extra loop cuts to sharpen these edges here also. And let me add extra loop here and join these two, and that should be it. So now it's time for us to make the handle. But first I need to add supporting loop here. Let me slide this on. Right now this part looks so round, so let me add extra loop here. Also add extra loop here. I can slide all of this on back to position. Slide all of these vertices. Slide it just like this, and I think that should correct it or fix that. Yes. So the next thing for us to do, let us select all of these vertices here. All of these vertices. All the vertices at the outer edge right here. So, and then duplicate it, P to separate, just like that. And then we can join these two to this. Let me dissolve this for now. Dissolve vertices, dissolve vertices. And now let us focus on this should be our the way we're gonna model the door handle. So right now what you can do is fill this up like this and add an extra loop here. Fill this up like that, and now we can let's see, okay, select everything, insect it, on boundary and like this, and then we can bring it backwards like this. And we can move everything into, we can scale it down to, scale it in the X, so scale it in the Z direction too, like this, and bring it in also. Yep. So the next thing is adding, do we need to really add? Yeah, we need to. So let's see, let me slide this toward this end, also slide this one toward this end like this, and now we can, yeah, now we can bevel this, select all of these vertices, Ctrl B to bevel, let's say like this, and yeah, let me just slide this one to position. So we just need to select these two vertices here and then bring it in the X direction, just like this. So we need to add extra loop cuts to sharpen these edges right here. We need to delete this solidify modifier also, and for this part, let's see, I like to just slide this one in a bit, or slide this one in a bit, and then we need to sharpen the corners too. Let's add a bevel, and then when we close out to sharpen that, and add extra loop here to sharpen these corners too. And then we can, right click and then shade smooth, and now you can bring all of this in, or just extrude it in the X direction all the way in. No one's really gonna see that, so we can add extra loop here, so add extra loop here, and this is our door handle done. We can also join it to the no, I'm not gonna join it. If I join it, sorry, the file modifier is gonna get applied to it, so we just leave it this way. So that is our door handle done. Let me see the orientation. Need to correct it. Also need to correct this up also. Do this. Yeah. So that is the door handle sorted out. So the next thing I noticed first model is this signal light right here at the side. So all we need to do now is, okay, it's not in the blueprint. Just place our cursor right here, and then we're gonna trace the shape. I plane, scale it down like this, rotate it 90 degrees in the right direction. You can bring it out also. You can scale it down, bring it down to position. Okay, close out this, goes down a bit, and then this extends to this point. Yeah, so let's say the height, I think this goes like this, and then this one goes slant. Yeah, Now we can select everything like this. Let's see. Okay, we can extrude it in the x direction like this. You can also bring everything back, or just leave it roughly. So this, you just have to scale this, or no, just insert it one more time like this, and then extrude it again the x direction like this. Also insert it too much, insert it a bit, and bring it out to a bit. And the next thing for us to do is just make this part. So all we need to do is just add a loop cut here. Should be at the center moment. And just slide it out a bit more. Looks like we have to extend all of this. And now we need to add extra, add extra loop cuts right here too, and that should be, yes. So now we need to add a bevel modifier. Ctrl A, apply the scale and reduce the amount to, let's say, 02. 01 should be okay. Increase the segments, adding normals, shade, smooth by angle. We need to sharpen this. We need to select all of these edges one by one. Let me select this diagonal part. Ctrl B, bevel, select all of these parts also. Ctrl B to bevel. And before I do that, I'll need to slide this one back down. And then select all of this. Ctrl B to bevel, just like this. Now I can select all of these faces here, including this. P to separate. I can insert, turn on boundary, insert those faces like this, join it to this, press all, match by distance, add a loop cut at the center right here, Alt S to scale around the normals like this, and that should be, or act as a separate part for the reflector. And we can shade smooth by angle. You can select all of these corners here, Ctrl B, bevel it to get that smooth round or curve there, and that should be the reflector. Beside reflector or signal light. So now we need to apply a mirror modifier to the other side like this, and that is sorted out. That's sorted out. So what the next thing to do is making a logo, same logo at the back. So we need to place our cursor to the back like this, and let me find a review. Then we need to add a circle, also a circle with 8 vertices. Then we scale it down like this, rotate it 90 degrees in the x direction, and then bring it up, scale it a bit more. Yeah, so you can bring it out a bit like this, fill it up, and then extrude it in the y direction just like this, and bring it down to, yeah, also recalculate outside. select this, add a boolean modifier, move it up. I drop this as our cutter object, and then I just join this to this, join this to this, join this to this, and then slide this to meet that part. Now we can select everything here, fill it up, insert a bit, turn off boundary, and also same thing, insert one more time, and then move it in the right direction like this. Separate those faces, add a loop cut here, join, insert, no, extrude all the way to this point, insert, again, extrude, and you can just slide this on, and need to add extra loop here. Ctrl P, Alt S, scale and numbers, add extra loop to sharpen these corners, and extra loop here also, and that should be the logo at the back. Also delete this solidify modifier, and need to add extra supporting loop here also, and I can scale this on and scale it out just to cover any gaps there, and also I need to delete this last vertex here and then bring this one in if possible. Okay, I think it's okay that way, and there we go. That is the logo for the back too, and let me print this one out like this. Yeah, so forgotten, you need to add this up right here. So to do that, to add, place our cursor right here, cursor to selected, add a circle, still 8 axis, rotate it 90 degrees, scale it down. So we're gonna match it up with this. Slightly back, move it down slightly, and yeah, you just need to rotate it, R, Y, rotate it, bring it in X direction, R, Y. Yeah, so we need to fill the face like this, insert it also this way, and no, before inserting, just extrude it like this, and then scale it down also. We need to change to normal orientation since we rotated this, and then insert it just a bit like this. Also insert this again, add a loop cut right here, move it down, insert this face, move it down, and then shade smooth, add a subdivision surface modifier, and we need to delete these faces at the back, or not, just leave it, and just insert those faces and add the loop cuts here, move it closer, and scale this one out too, and that is sorted also. So let me add a mirror modifier too, and I drop this, and that is sorted also. So this is the car. Let me rename this collection to the BMW body. So I added the wiper to this car. I'm gonna provide the the file for the wiper so you can add it to your car. And yeah, I also created this subdivision, the modifiers for this base, because it looks, I don't think we even need it at all, because just gonna make the polygons a lot. So I deleted the modifiers here. And yeah, so that is basically it. So thank you guys for watching, and the next part, which is gonna be the last part, I'm gonna model the tires and also the rim. And yeah, so that is basically everything. So if you are following the video and you've reached this part, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you for following along and also for your support. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support and everything, and I will see you in the next part. Cheers.